Hello my friends, this is 𝗂𝗵𝘁 here again, and in today's video we're going to cover the same topic that a lot of other people that create content for Star Trek Fleet Command are talking about right now. That is the new anti-botting measures put in place by 𝗂𝗶𝘁. Let's do it. Hello my friends. Live long and prosper. Okay, so first I will go ahead and say 𝗂𝗶𝘁 thinks that I'm a bot right now. Hopefully not. I went ahead and on my mobile device I put in a ticket to say, hey, I'm not a bot. I went ahead and intentionally hit the 1500 hostile limit that you guys set so that I could show that it's kind of a pain in the butt to do. You're really not going to want to do it, and if you do, then you kind of want to take a break from the PvE side of the game, and PvP is all that's left for you anyways. So what's funny is right now it looks like it just reset for me. I can show you in my logs how it worked though. So we've got our PMT crew over here. We've been hitting these swarm clusters. If we hit it again, this should, I believe this will go back up, and this is just recently unlocked to me, so it gives me a idea on how this mechanic works. So you see we got some loot here. That was not the case. If I go check in my battle log real quick, we'll go all the way down to where I've read this recently. So if you look here, we did not get any cargo. We were not full on cargo. This was 19 minutes ago in Frista. So I have a theory as to why I'm able to get the loot again. At first I thought maybe this was a 24-hour rolling average. I was doing some gameplay about this time yesterday, but it seems like I've been hitting a lot of hostiles really hard to try to lock myself back out, and I haven't been able to do that. So what it looks like is the case is the dailies reset for me at 11 p.m. Eastern. That's the time that I'm in. However, the game used to be at midnight Eastern, and I believe that for some reason the hostile count is reset then at the 12 a.m. Eastern. I guess reset what it used to be. For some reason it didn't move with the daylight savings time situation that we had, so maybe that's what it is, because I think if I keep killing these I'll keep getting loot all day now. But I will show you that this happened to me for quite a while. I didn't realize that I wasn't getting loot. There's no banner that shows up. They just cut you off. You do not get reputation, you do not get experience, you do not get the loot from the hostiles, so in this case frequency modulators, but that applies to Borg probes, eclipse codes, dilithium, whatever you're attacking you will not get off of the hostiles. Your experience, I have heard, that applies to as well. We're not trying to level this Franklin. It's capped out at 40 right now because we're tier 8. But if you look, we can go all the way down here in our battle log to, should be right here, was the last time I got loot off of one of these. That's where we got up to this 3,788 modulators you see in the corner here. And if I scroll back up from this, I'm not getting any rewards here. I wasn't getting any at all until it reset at midnight my time. I stayed up pretty late. It took me 4 hours to go ahead and grind all these hostiles so that I could intentionally lock out. And of course I sent that ticket to 𝗂𝗶𝘁 and said, hey, don't ban me, I'm not a bot. I was just trying to show how big of a pain in the butt this is for a real player to do. Because I will be honest, I was a knee-jerk reaction. I thought this was awful when I first did it, or when I first heard about it anyways, that it was going to be really difficult to grind reputation or my Borg probes and all that stuff. I will go ahead and tell you what I was able to do in a day as an Operations 33 player, and I'll go ahead and say a lot of people have said, well, if this isn't the answer, what is? And I've got a couple solutions that maybe we can do to smooth this out. However, I will say I did all of my daily quests, all of the faction hunts. I'll go show you right now that I didn't leave any of those undone either. All these are completely capped out. I was able to do all those, no problem. I went and I was completely out of my Eclipse security codes. I'm not that far along. I do not have 5 of 10. This is a tier 5, level 25, so we're only getting 400% of an increase to our loot here, so it's not like it's spectacular. But if you look in my faction for the Rogue, I basically went from almost nothing in my Eclipse security codes to almost 200k of these, and they cost me I think it's 24,000, 27,000 a pop right now, so I'm good on those for several days now, thankfully. I don't want to go out and farm them anyways. And I went and burned through 11 of my transwarp cells on my Vidar, which is not maxed out. I don't have the Infinitus skin, or what it is that what's called? Infinitus? Comments will correct me on what the skin is. I don't have 5 of 10. I don't have anything to really make my grind less awful. So I still went out and did that 11 times. I went to the Borg space. I went and farmed some frequency modulators. This was not the first time I came out here to do this. And I went and farmed a bunch of my Romulan reputation over here in Wolf. I started in Memory Alpha. It was taking me too long to be able to rack up the hostile kills because those are not quite where I am able to farm easily. So I came back down to Wolf where I could just go ahead and hammer away at these guys forever. That's what it took for me to finally lock out, and I was only locked out for, let's go look at this. If this happened 52 minutes ago, and as of 17 minutes ago I was able to do it again. So I was only locked out for like 45 minutes, and then I'm good to go again. So you really have to try hard. You have to do nothing but PvE. You have to really want it in order to hit this. As a casual player at my operations level, I would definitely want to quantify here. So that's my biggest issue here. A lot of people are upset that it happened under the radar. I don't really care that much that it happened under the radar. It is their anti-botting answer to a huge problem. I mean, there's annoying botters all over the place. I've got a message every week or so of people trying to get me to go grab this bot and use it to go do all my farming, and my life will be super fun and easy. Whatever. Thank you, 𝘂𝗶𝘁, for putting in some sort of anti-botting measures. I think that's fantastic. I don't think this was the right way to do it. I don't even care that you didn't notify us, because we found out anyways, and we found out pretty quickly. As according to that customer support ticket that went through on the 25th, this is the 1st of December now, because it's after midnight my time. So it was like, what, 6 days ago that you put in the change, and we already have known about it for 3 or 4 days. So it's not like it went under the radar for very long. However, I don't think that that is the proper way to deter botting in the game, because you are going to punish people. I mean, I was able to do it as a level 33 player with 4 docks, and if you are a player that has 5 or 6 docks unlocked, you can do this way easier. It took me probably 4 hours intentionally trying to, and this counts all the event time that I put in farming hostiles and the dailies, etc. that I did. Probably 4 hours of gameplay devoted specifically to hostiles before I hit this threshold, and it was only there for 45 minutes before it rolled over and I was able to do it again. If I can hit it as an Operations 33 player with my ships where they're at, with the 4 docks that I have available, I only use 3 of them. It's hard to crew 4 ships for me right now, but I also have one that's out there doing farming for my dailies, mining for my dailies. Then it's extremely plausible that you do have players that will go grind, especially for faction reputation. That's why I do a lot of my farming, occasionally for the transwarp cells and the Eclipse security codes. We just decided to go ahead and do it all at once today and see if we could hit that threshold. We did, which is a little concerning. However, I'm a human player and I don't even want to play the game much right now, but I did it for science. Now, what would I recommend for them to make this a little bit easier for us is probably, first off, put a banner up so that you know when you hit it that you're not going to get loot anymore. If there's a bot there, the bot's not going to read the banner. I mean, yeah, they could go and see that a banner hit, but if it's sitting there and looking at the pixels that you have in there to know that they hit it, then what? They're just going to stop botting for the day, and then that should be a really big indicator to you, 𝘂𝗶𝘁, that a banner came up and a bot decided to immediately stop as soon as it hit 1,500 kills. Maybe not. That's one idea, to at least let your players know that they've hit this invisible barrier, and anything more that they do is going to actually hurt them, because it's going to take away resources in their repair cost, and they're not getting anything back for it. So if you could do just something tiny that says, hey, you're done PvE for the day, go kill people if you want to do anything else on this game, or go take a walk because you've been playing it for too long, do that. That's totally fine. That's acceptable to me. However, I don't think this 1,500 point that you have is a good place to go to, because as a level 15 player, you've got 2 docks, maybe 3 docks you're about to build, and you could sit there and basically turn a bot on all day long and go farm stuff, which is really good for you at early levels if you can go ahead and pick up a bunch of officer experience and get those ready to go, because away teams are pretty overpowered in the beginning of the game. Now I've got that free-to-play account that we're following on the Let's Play, so you're kind of incentivizing botting at a lower level if you think about it there, and you're really hurting your higher level players that have all these different docks available that they're going to go out and maximize what they can do at once. They're going to load up all those ships and go take them out to go do stuff. So instead of a flat 1,500 hostiles, perhaps something like 500 hostiles per dry dock that you have unlocked, that would make a lot more sense. Then you've got players at the high end of your game that could do 3,000, and then lower end can do 500. If you are brand new to the game and you're hitting 500 hostiles, then you're not going to stay at that range for very long. So maybe that's not the right number, 500 per dry dock, but I think it's a better start than where we're just at blanket 1,500 if you're ops level 5 or if you're ops level 60. That doesn't make any sense to me to set that at the exact same level when people don't have the same ability to go blow up hostiles and don't have the same incentive to do it. Somebody that is in the level 50s trying to go grind for reputation, that has a bunch of ships to go do it, if that's their goal, they're going to devote most of those resources to it. I don't have as many resources and I was able to hit it. However, it was very difficult and I don't want to do it again. One other solution you might have is to monetize your botting. You love to monetize everything else in this game, so do it better than the botters. Let people go ahead and subscribe to some 𝘂𝗶𝘁 bot service. This is kind of sarcastic, but you could kind of do it if you wanted to. And for the people that subscribe to your bot service, just let them do it whenever. They can run their bots as long as you're getting money. What do you really care at the end of the day? And just take the limit off for them. if they subscribe to 𝘂𝗶𝘁𝗵's whatever $500 a month bot package, that it'll go grind reputation for you, because it's the one thing you don't sell for some reason, and I bet you a bunch of people would love to go buy that reputation so they don't have to farm it in the first place, so they don't have to go get bots. The last thing, and this is the one I lean towards more than anything, is for some reason this game is all about trying to force people to go do PvP without any kind of incentive to do it. Like, 𝘂𝗶𝘁𝗵 really wants players to go beat each other up so that they have to compete, and they'll whip out their wallets to get a little bit of an advantage, but none of the daily quests have anything to do with PvP. Now there's a cloaking one that you could do PvP if you wanted to, but PvE will cover it, so why bother? I think it's really dumb. So if you went ahead and incentivized, had some sort of a daily event that ran, that if you blew up this many of players' ships, then it would help the servers clean themselves up, because then you get people that love to PvP. There's all sorts of people on every server that love to do some PvP. They would be able to go out there, smash a bunch of these ships. If they thought somebody was a botter, go destroy them. You at least have some sort of incentive. It will at least hurt that bot program for a little while. If I'm a player and I keep sending my ship out and it keeps getting blown up, I'm going to stop at some point in time. If you program a bot to just go ahead and repair every time it gets blown up, that's really going to kind of do the exact opposite of what somebody was hoping to do with their bot in the first place. They're going to quick repair it, send it back out to go try to do their stuff. Somebody's going to sit there and just continuously camp them. They're going to get, the player that's actively there playing your game is going to get incentivized for killing that player, like make your PvP chest worthwhile even. And the bot's just going to sit there, and the player who's trying to use it is just going to continuously burn through resources, repairing and sending back out there. So, I don't know, try that as a solution before you just set your whole player base, especially the people that are diehard fans that play for 4 hours a day and go ahead and lock out on their hostiles. I need a break. Anyways, yes, the 𝘂𝗶𝘁𝗵 anti-botting mechanism, mechanic, whatever you want to call it, is a real thing. We were able to hit it. We were only able to hit it for a little while before it reset on us. It's not super inconvenient. I had to try specifically for this video to hit that mark at an Operations 33. Granted, I think it'll be way easier when I unlock another dock and more ships that go out and do a lot of combat and etc. However, it's a pain in the butt. It's a good idea to have something in there to limit it so that maybe people will go outside or whatever. And of course, nobody wants bots to run free on the game and give other people an advantage while they sleep, when there's a bunch of people out here that are actually trying to play the game and enjoy it in a group together in our alliances and whatever. I know a lot of people have been covering this topic. I wanted to do my 2 cents on it and go ahead and actually see if we could hit it, and we did. And we had to tell 𝘂𝗶𝘁𝗵 we're not a bot, please don't, delete our account. That would not be fun. And kind of see what the repercussions of hitting that are. And it looks like it just resets, and you're free to go do it again the next day if you wanted to, whatever. It's not like it just immediately locks you out and you don't know when the timer's up. It looks like it's either a rolling 24-hour or more likely it resets at the 12 p.m. Eastern, 12 a.m. Eastern reset that we used to have before daylight savings time. Anyhow, that's about it for this video. I am done farming hostiles for a little while. I'm going to go blow up some people's ships tomorrow. Live long and prosper. Catch you next time.